Beyond the Gates opens on Monday, November 17th, with the emotional atmosphere shifting in 3 different directions, each one centered on Kat, Bill, Jacob, and the ever-stirring Leslie, whose actions send waves through the entire community. The episode begins with Kat, who enters the day carrying the weight of confusion, fear, and an ache she can't fully name. She has been trying to handle everything on her own. Her guilt, her doubts, the pressure she feels from every side. But this time she finally reaches a breaking point. Instead of collapsing, she does something she rarely allows herself to do. She seeks guidance. It comes from someone who speaks with honesty, calmness, and a perspective Kat desperately needed to hear. For the first time in days, she allows someone to peel back the emotional chaos inside her. The guidance she receives does not solve her problems instantly, but it steadies her, gives her direction, and forces her to confront the part of herself she has been avoiding. Kat walks away with a clearer mind, but also a sense that the next decision she makes will change more than just her own future. Across town, Bill moves with a simmering awareness, a kind of quiet storm waiting to break. His anger and suspicion have been growing for weeks, but on this day, he finally approaches Jacob with a warning. Bill doesn't explode, doesn't shout, but his words hit Jacob like a punch. Bill tells him plainly that the games, the manipulation, the secrets that Jacob continues to circle around are going to backfire. He warns him that pushing certain boundaries is going to leave him standing alone, with no one left to clean up the mess. Jacob listens, stiff and defensive, acting as though he's unfazed, but deep inside he feels the tremor of fear that comes from being called out by someone who sees entirely too much. The exchange leaves Jacob rattled. He tries to pretend he's still in control, but Bill's warning digs into him, forcing him to face truths he refuses to admit. That single conversation becomes the spark that begins unraveling Jacob's carefully constructed facade. And then there is Leslie, the quiet storm the audience always expects, but never fully prepares for. While everyone else is wrestling with emotional revelations, Leslie is doing what she does best, stirring the pot with perfect precision. She senses tension in the air and uses it like fuel. She slips into conversations, drops subtle comments, pushes old wounds, and awakens insecurities in people who were already standing on shaky emotional ground. She doesn't do it loudly or dramatically. She does it with a sweet voice and a calculating smile, making sure her involvement stays buried beneath the surface. Her words spread like a slow poison. A comment here, a suggestion there, a hint that someone said something they didn't, all of it designed to make people look at each other with suspicion. Leslie thrives on the chaos she creates, and by the time she's done, relationships that were stable in the morning begin to show cracks by afternoon. She watches the reactions from a distance, proud of how easily she can make an entire room shift without lifting a finger. By the end of the episode, Kat is standing on the edge of a new emotional path, grounded by the guidance she received. Bill walks away knowing he delivered a warning Jacob will not easily forget. Jacob is left with a shaken sense of control, feeling the consequences of the choices he keeps pretending are harmless. And Leslie? She stands in the middle of the trouble she created, satisfied, knowing that the chaos she unleashed today will ripple well into tomorrow. The day closes with a feeling that these storylines are only beginning, and the fallout is coming.